Malami allegedly stole a lot of funds. What government has seen so far is not even one quarter. Because my speciality is the recovery of public funds. I trace funds wherever they are, and that is why they've been after me. We can recover these funds from Malami. They are more than what has been seen. What is 217 billion properties? Yes, the government is doing the right thing. The government is doing the right thing because if we don't start there must be accountability, transparency, and the rule of law, which is what I see this government is actually doing, as against what the last administration has been doing. Because all these things happened during the last administration. I don't believe this could happen in this administration. How could somebody come to Abu Dhabi? The president, late president, may his rest in peace, Muhammad Buhari was there. Kemi Adeosun was there. Baba Gono Mongono, NSA was there. Abubakar Malami was there. They begged me. I refused to come to Nigeria. They went back to Nigeria, went and made my mother insist that I must come. Because Jonathan had told them I recovered 1.6 trillion during his time. This can be stated by Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. She's there. And 227 properties under Magu. And I can tell you, allegedly, these funds, these things, properties were shared among Magu and his cronies and Malami. It is one of the reasons for the fallout of Malami and Magu. So Nigerians should be asking these questions. Instead, Maina this, Maina that, Maina this. Okay, let's talk about, they said Maina stole 2 billion naira.
The situation surrounding former Attorney-General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, has continued to draw serious national attention, and the reason is simple. Government sources are now suggesting that what investigators have uncovered so far may be just a small portion of a much wider financial probe. According to officials familiar with the case, what has been seen up to this point is being described as only about 1/4 of the full picture, and that statement alone has raised many questions across the country. Before we go deeper, please take a quick moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us bring you clear and balanced news updates like this, and it also helps this video reach more people who want to understand what is really happening. Now, let us go straight into the gist. Abubakar Malami is not just any former public officer. As Attorney General and Minister of Justice, he was once the chief law officer of the country. That position comes with enormous responsibility, influence, and access to sensitive government processes. Because of this, any investigation linked to such an office naturally attracts strong public interest. In recent times, law enforcement agencies have been looking into allegations connected to financial dealings, assets, and transactions linked to Malami and people close to him. These matters are still under investigation, and it is important to say clearly that allegations are not the same as convictions. The courts will have the final say. What has made this story even more serious is the claim from government circles that the findings made public so far may represent only a fraction of what investigators are still working on. When officials say only 1/4 has been exposed, it suggests that more financial records, transactions, and asset trails are still being reviewed. This has led many Nigerians to ask how deep the matter really goes and what more could come out in the coming weeks or months. From what has been explained so far, the investigation involves tracing funds, examining property acquisitions, and reviewing financial movements over a period of time. These are not quick processes. Financial investigations often take long because they involve documents, bank records, company structures, and sometimes international links. That is why authorities are being careful with what they release to the public, choosing to speak only when certain steps have been taken. Malami, on his part, has consistently maintained his innocence. Through his legal representatives and public statements, he has denied any wrongdoing and has described some of the reports around the case as unfair and exaggerated. His camp insists that he has served the country diligently and that he would defend himself through the legal process. This back and forth between investigators and the former minister's team is part of what is keeping the story active in the public space. At this point, let me remind you again to like this video and subscribe if you have not done so already. It really helps the channel grow and keeps you connected to important updates like this. One reason this case has generated so much discussion is because it touches on trust in public office. Many Nigerians are watching closely because they want to see whether the system can thoroughly and fairly investigate powerful individuals. There is a strong public desire for accountability, especially at a time when many citizens are facing economic challenges and expect public funds to be managed carefully. When officials say that only part of the story has been revealed, it naturally increases expectations and curiosity. Another angle that has kept people talking is the involvement of more than one security or investigative agency at different stages. This has been interpreted by some observers as a sign that the matter goes beyond a routine case. Others see it as part of standard procedure when different aspects of an investigation fall under different mandates. Either way, it adds another layer of seriousness to the situation and explains why updates are being closely followed. It is also important to understand that large financial probes often unfold gradually. What the public hears at first is rarely the complete story. Investigators usually begin with what is immediately available and then expand as new information comes to light. This may be what officials are referring to when they say that what has been seen so far is only a portion. If that is the case, Nigerians should expect more details to emerge as the process continues, provided they meet legal and procedural requirements. At the same time, there are voices calling for caution. Legal experts have reminded the public that everyone is entitled to fair hearing and due process. They stress that media discussions should not replace court decisions. This balance is important because while transparency is needed, so is respect for the rule of law. The government, on its side, has continued to state that its actions are guided by law and evidence, not personal interest. As this story develops, it is also shaping conversations about governance, reforms, and the future of anti-corruption efforts in the country. Many people see it as a test case. They believe the way it is handled could send a strong message, either reinforcing confidence in institutions or raising further questions. That is why statements like "only 1/4 exposed" carry so much weight. They suggest that the final outcome could be more significant than what is currently known. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss future updates. We will continue to follow this story closely and explain it in clear and simple English for everyone to understand. As of now, the key facts remain these: investigations are ongoing, allegations have been made but not proven, and the former Attorney-General denies any wrongdoing. Government sources indicate that the probe may be broader than what has been publicly disclosed, and Nigerians are waiting to see what the next phase will reveal. Until the courts and investigators conclude their work, much of the discussion will remain based on official statements, legal filings, and careful analysis. In conclusion, this is a developing national issue that deserves attention, patience, and balance. It is not just about one individual, it is about institutions, accountability, and public confidence. As more information becomes available, it will be important to separate confirmed facts from speculation and to allow the legal process to take its full course. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you can stay updated as this story continues to unfold.